the self-titled recent album from Restorations. One of the things that came up in our last conversation, our roundtable review, was the problems that arise when you start really trying to hone in on genre. When you start talking about genre, it feels like you're talking about something very specific, but the closer you look at specific examples of genre, it gets more and more complicated. You clearly see very quickly that the idea that there are different kinds of genres that are separated gets really problematic, gets real tricky. But genres give us a language to talk about a style of music in a very general sense. And so that all being said, I would identify Restorations, what little I've heard from them so far, as a post-punk band. Now, how to define post-punk? That's a great question, but for me, it's about having a frame for it. Restorations gives me the feeling of Fugazi, and that's the group I sort of use as a reference for what post-punk is. And what I really noticed the most about Foundations, especially when I started listening to it against other things, is how big the production is. Like, you really feel like the bass drum in this album is in your head. You're sitting inside of the bass drum as you're listening to it. And that gives the recording a huge amount of power and a huge amount of energy. And again, not unlike Clutch, it's a very straightforward approach to songwriting. So they're not trying to, write Hey Jude every day. It's a very emotive and no frills type of songwriting.